to DeSoto High School here in DeSoto, Kansas. As a United Kansas Conference matchup tonight, it's Piper and DeSoto. And a good evening to you. Welcome. I'm Joe Van Amberg, along with the legendary coach Rick Zeke. And coach, got a big conference matchup here tonight. What stands out to you about Piper and DeSoto?
Well, you got two of the better girls programs for the past few years here in Kansas playing a big-time league game. And I think everybody in the league knows that you're going to have to go through DeSoto to get to win this title. So it's a big game for Piper. Coach Stout talked to really about the idea that they have to be locked in. They got to come out ready to play, and they need to bring their A game if they're going to play with the Wildcats tonight.
Well, let's take a look at our players to watch. First for Piper, Lauren Marin, the senior leading scorer, all-conference player for them, Coach.
Well, Lauren Marin's been a three-year starter. And she's a 5'5" senior, averaging a little bit over 17 points a game, 4 rebounds. Coach said she's a true leader of their basketball team. She shoots 39% from the three, and she's going to really have to play well for the Pirates today.
And on the other side, Mackenzie Farmer, the junior, first team all-conference last year. Coach, she's been outstanding.
Well, you're really going to see one of the best female point guards in Kansas City. She's a junior. She's already shattered the school record for the assists. For the season in the career. She really gets it to the shooters. She's got a great basketball IQ. She's really a fun girl to watch.
It is Piper and DeSoto, our Hy-Vee Pepsi Game of the Week, coming up next here on Spectrum News. Welcome back to DeSoto High School here in DeSoto, Kansas. The Hy-Vee Pepsi High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum News. Piper and DeSoto getting ready to tip off. Piper coming into this game at 6-6, DeSoto at 10-2. Coach, these teams already met once this year. That game went to DeSoto. See if Piper can get the win here on DeSoto's home floor.
Yes. DeSoto's got 6 seniors and Piper with 2, so we got a young team against an experienced team. Like Coach said, they need to be locked in and defend and hit some shots.
Conley will try and hit a shot to start, and it's out of bounds as it hits the top of the backboard. It'll be Piper basketball. Let's meet the coaches. Shane Stout in his 13th year at Piper, a graduate of Sterling College, led Belleville to a 2A state championship prior to coming at Piper and trying to do the same thing here with the Pirates.
He's really created the job at Piper to be one of the top 5A jobs across the state. They've been really consistent.
Abby Roth's pass is out of bounds. And on the other side, DeSoto, led by head coach Ryan Roby in his 9th season, took over the program back in 2015, graduate of the University of Kansas, and still working on getting over the hump of the state tournament as well, but he's done a really nice job here with DeSoto.
He's moved kids to the next level. They got high expectations, and they're just looking forward to trying to close some of these league games out and get ready for the regionals.
Lockwood, and this is Allison Oakes into the paint. Lost it out of bounds, and it's DeSoto basketball.
Good hands by Amanda Tower. Both teams are going to try to base their defensive philosophy on a strong man-to-man, get in the paint, and make them shoot from the outside.
DeSoto with the basketball, still trying to break this 0-0 game as Farmer kick out. Conley, baseline, inside Edison, Tower for 2.
Great basketball, great offensive basketball, playing very unselfish. You can see Farmer kicking it out to the corner and the dribble penetration.
So early stages of the first quarter, Piper able to break the press. There's Oakes. In the paint.
Good hands again.
Farmer 3-on-2. Farmer take it all the way. Doesn't go, but she gets her own rebound and her first 2 of the game.
And right back into the 1-2-2 press. Piper had some problems with their first game just 2 weeks ago against the press.
Lauren Marin with it now. Second team all-conference player for Piper. Oakes. Guarded by Farmer.
DeSoto's forcing their offense really behind the three-point line. That's really good defensive pressure.
Roth in the corner. To the block.
Excellent help defense, good rebound.
And Lockwood with the 2.
Again, Coach Stout said they really need to come out and play well in the first quarter.
Farmer off the mark. Rebound, Lockwood. Vallejo, running point, Oaks.
Vallejo's going to run the show and try to get the ball to the scores.
There's
one
one
of
them.
Score.
Barron with the drive, taken away though. Conley.
Good hands. She's having a little problem getting to the paint with the size of DeSoto.
Conley. Barron almost took it away.
Great effort by Marin on the floor.
Addison Tower for three, no. Rebound O'Brien, and she's fouled. Foul's on Avery Vallejo, and that is the first foul of the game.
With DeSoto's size, Piper's really going to have to do a good job of boxing out and keeping them off the boards. If they get second and third shots, it's going to be a tough night for Piper.
They have O'Brien, a 3-year starter, with the anchors on the defensive side for this team. Off on the first one. Chance to make this a 3-point game.
Loose ball.
Conley with a good hustle. Farmer. Taken away. Marin. 1-on-3. Doesn't go. Taken by Tower. Amanda Tower.
Tower to Tower.
For
Got
two.
It. That's what they do well. They can both shoot the ball. Amanda averaging 11 points a game. They're really stagnant in their press offense right now. Not a lot of ball movement. Steal.
And here's Amanda Tower to Addison Tower for the lay-in. Coach, you were talking about the struggles with that press in the last matchup.
Yeah, their passes need to be a little bit more crisp. They're not real confident attacking it right now, but DeSoto's size is really bothering them. They got their hands on the ball. Good recovery.
Roth with the two.
Roth averages 8 points a game and does a lot of the hard work, the garbage work for him. 3-point attempt, rebound. Piper really needs to push the tempo.
Over halfway through this first quarter, Soto with an early 4-point lead. Vallejo.
That's a matchup, Vallejo and Farmer. And Farmer's length is really going to bother her.
Vallejo, the turnaround. Tough shot from Vallejo, cuts it to two. Farmer off the mark. Fight for the rebound.
Good hustle. Good. Marin comes around. She's got some separation there and a turnaround jumper. She shook Marin over there, and they got defensive help with the turnaround jumper.
Piper back to the press break. Marin. Oates.
That's that 10-second count they're working on. At the same time, DeSoto's keeping the ball in the middle of the floor. That's doing their job. They're doing an excellent job switching right now, DeSoto. Piper's beating them from the outside.
It's Addison Tower. Amanda Tower.
She'll put it up from there. Got it.
Hits.
They could really, both of them got unlimited range. You got to find the girl that averages 44% from the field. Good pass.
Lockwood.
Good hands by DeSoto.
And DeSoto the other way. Soto. Farmer
Farmer
with the
gets
two.
the roll. When they put Farmer at the top of that zone and her arms are active, it's really difficult to get a pass off. Then she runs into the trap.
Approaching 2 minutes left in this first quarter. DeSoto building a good first quarter lead as Vallejo. Marin.
They've really done a good job of switching on Marin. They haven't really given her good looks. Marin's looks have been from taking it and penetrating, condition, like right there. Rebound Piper.
Oaks able to draw the foul. That is the first team foul against DeSoto.
The last time they met, DeSoto had a lot of luck scoring on out-of-bounds plays. So I'm sure both teams worked on it a little bit. Piper with the ball out of bounds here. It's an easy way to pick up points.
Vallejo.
Again, good D.
Roth will set things up. Marin to the paint. No. And rebound, Soto.
They put it in the hand point guard's hand and let her play.
Madison Tower at it, knocked out of bounds by Vallejo. Stays with DeSoto.
Again, let's watch them out of bounds wise. Seemed like they got a lot of easy points against them last time. They're getting it in. Got to go out and cover the shooters.
Farmer, kick out.
Kick
Soto, no.
She gets her own rebound.
Loose ball, gathered by Farmer. And Farmer lays it in.
Great hustle. Good hands, great hustle. Turns into an easy bucket for Farmer. DeSoto's doing a good job of keeping it out of the middle. That's her job. Oh, good trap in the corner. She's got to get it out of there. Swing it to the other side quickly.
So Vallejo will set things up. Final 40 seconds of the first quarter. 9-point lead for DeSoto here on their home floor. Oaks off the mark.
Good rebound.
Three-pointer, Tower,
Oh,
no.
in and out. 20 seconds left. We might be looking at a last-second shot here. Hold the ball for one.
It's Vallejo, Marin with the spin and a foul.
Which splits the defense.
So Marin will head to the free throw line with 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Second team all-conference player. A little quiet to start this game, but an opportunity to cut into the lead a little further here.
Yeah, well, DeSoto's got the athletes that can, for the most part, stop her penetration. We've seen that early. And she's going to need some help. Somebody's going to have to kick it out to her and knock those shots home.
Marin will get one more.
They need those free throws. They need those points.
Coach described as one of their consistent players, and she gets the second one to go.
She's experienced, 3-year starter. They're going to need her to come on today.
So Farmer with 6. Farmer inside the step through and out of bounds. 3 seconds to go.
She's doing whatever she wants with the ball right now. Piper's going to have to stop her penetration. 3 seconds left.
Conley to Farmer with 1. She'll need to get it off quickly. No shot.
I don't think she got it off. No.
Official waved it off.
We're going to look at that. Another really good executed out of bounds play. She ran all the way through. She had a shot right there a little bit, but the pass brought her out to the corner. She squares up. Excellent form. No good.
Great call by the official here on the near side. You can see him waving his hands, and what a first quarter. Hey, let's go down to Dion Clisso, third member of our team. Dion, what do you have?
Well, guys, I love DeSoto's defense. That's what we played when I played ball in high school was a 1-2-2. And we had a really long athletic guy at the top of that defense. And that's what Farmer is. What I really notice is she's attacking the basket almost every time she has the ball, but she is trying to be around the basket, so if there's a made basket, she can jump right into that spot and get that defense going. Pretty impressive start for them so far. And the Tower Twins, of course, Addison hit the game-winning shot at Bonner last year, so we know they can hit some big ones because she had a big one last year.
Yeah, and Rick, talking about it, some of the key players, Mackenzie Farmer, Addison, and Amanda Tower, and they've been impact players here early.
Well, they have experience. They know how to play. They play together. They're very unselfish. Piper's going to have to really come out and try to get back some of the control of the game and attack that press with a little bit more confidence.
So beginning of the second quarter. And the lead is 8 for DeSoto. DeSoto basketball. Farmer. Conley left open for three, and she hits it.
Yeah. Piper's spending so much attention trying to stop Farmer that her players out there in the paint, they kick out and they got other players over. That's really good offense.
Vallejo, nice
really
pass
good pass.
inside Gerber for two.
They needed that. They're in
Conley,
2-3 zone right now, trying to stop it a little bit.
Amanda Tower can't get it to fall, and Roth with the rebound and a foul on the box out.
Marin goes in. It's excellent, excellent pass. Two defenders kind of came up on Vallejo, and she kicks it off for an easy two. They need to continue to attack the basket like that.
DeSoto staying in that.
They got the ball in the middle of the floor. That's the key.
Roth off balance, and Farmer has the board.
She's going to need some help getting back.
There's Conley, who's already hit a couple of threes.
Piper's playing a junk defense. It looks like a little bit of three girls are on a man defense, and two are staying in the paint. DeSoto's going to have to be patient enough to find out who's the open girl, especially on the perimeter.
Marin for three.
Got it. She squared up, knocked it home.
Big shot from Piper's leading scorer.
Look at their body language, Joe, and their bench is into it a little bit. They're making the run here, which they need.
Farmer. Conley, another open three. Oh, it went in. About ready to say short. It was not short. It was perfect.
Well, with some of those junk defense, you're going to give some of those up. She just happens to hit two.
Nearly a steal. Marin.
Good help D by DeSoto. Piper's got to get that ball out of that corner.
Roth will kick it over. Vallejo.
Vallejo again.
And here comes Farmer for DeSoto. Farmer. Double teamed.
Good steal.
Gerber takes it away.
Vallejo's leading the break a little bit. She's got to get her head up and find that open player.
Vallejo from the elbow for two.
She's really helping him in this quarter. She's playing well.
Lead is now 7.
They're playing a triangle in two, which means that they're really giving the stopping the perimeter players. They're going to give up some of that in the middle just because that's part of the defense. So they're taking away Farmer and the Tower twins, and the other players are coming on for DeSoto.
Marin. Oates. Vallejo. Marin again. Started to heat up a little bit in this quarter. Roth.
With hands.
Out of bounds, and it is Piper basketball.
You know, Joe, as a coach, you talk about how many times you get your hand on the ball in deflections, and DeSoto's really good at that, especially with people going to the lane. They've deflected. They've got some steals. So that means your hands are active and you're really moving your feet.
Lockwood back into the game for Piper. Lockwood gets it.
Lockwood can really elevate. She's an athlete.
Vallejo from the free throw line.
She's on fire. She's on fire right now. She's really carrying the Piper Pirates right now.
And Piper has this game at 7 again. Farmer. Conley, another three.
Whoa.
Conley from downtown.
Coach South's got to be saying, what can we do? What can we do?
And a timeout as a big shot. Conley is on fire from downtown in this first half. Just an impressive display of shooting from Conley. DeSoto with a 10-point lead now. Coach, what do you like about what DeSoto's doing?
Well, DeSoto knows they have 5 offensive players on the floor at the same time. So with Piper jumping in this triangle in 2, 3 girls, Farmer and the 2 perimeter players are being played man, and they're putting their 2 post players out on the perimeter. And the defense has to stay in the paint. They're awful tough to cover. As you see here, you're going to give some wide open shots. As a coach, you got to say, give them credit. she's not supposed to be their shooter. She's not supposed to be their shooter, but they're hitting them.
Conley doing such a great job from beyond the arc. Hit some big shots. Big smile on her face.
She knows I shouldn't be shooting that many times, but she's going to get more shots. She's going to have some more opportunities. And I'm sure DeSoto's talking a little bit about how we can maybe run some our perimeter players through some screens on the baseline, and Piper's over there talking about, what else can we do right now? These aren't their non-shooters are making shots. They've moved their press back right now to a half-court trap. Piper needs to move somebody up probably into the middle of the floor. There's your cutter.
Vallejo will try again. That one doesn't fall. Farmer has the rebound.
She gets her head up, Farmer, quickly.
Conley, but a travel.
I thought she was going to get away with that. She did it so quick. Good call. Good call, because she did it. And it happened to be right in front of the Piper bench. A little bit extra step, switch pivot fuss. That's a great pass, though. She's got her head up. And DeSoto's moved into a little bit of a zone right now. A 1-2-2 with Farmer up on the top.
And a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Piper.
A little bit of, some strategy going back and forth. I think with Vallejo hitting some shots and at the free throw line, they moved into their zone and try to stop some of that penetration, those easy buckets here. I think they went back into a man right now. Oh.
Vallejo.
That hit the backboard.
We'll get it back. Oaks. Guarded by Farmer. Marin will take the three.
Got it.
And Marin, again, another three-pointer. She's hit some big shots today.
Yeah, they're staying out of the paint. DeSoto's got the size, and they're hitting some shots. Like Coach told us, they're going to have to hit shots, and they're going to have to be really focused on defense, and that's what they're going to have to do right now.
Conley.
Looks like they're back in the man a little bit right now. So all five.
Conley inside.
Oh, great pass.
O'Brien for two.
Really a good pass after some really good help defense. Again, DeSoto can put 5 legitimate scores on the floor at the same time, and they're so unselfish.
It's Lockwood. Offensive foul. So ball back to Piper.
Watch her lead with the elbow here, it looked like. Oh, really good positioning with their feet. The elbow, lead elbow. Yeah, he's not happy at all, Coach Stout is.
It's Farmer and DeSoto trying to extend this lead. Conley thought she might take another one there. Tower. This is Addison Tower gets the bounce.
DeSoto does a great job of offensive spacing, because when they penetrate and they kick it out, everybody starts behind the line. Then you've got to run out defensively, and they're beating you on the floor, and it's really tough for Piper to defend all that.
Roth all the way, blocked by Conley. Conley is having a game.
That Conley or Curry out there. There we go again. Oh.
Just missed. Vallejo and Piper will come the other way. Roth will try to drive and draw a foul.
One of the few times that DeSoto didn't get back defensive in their transition defense. They're usually really excellent at doing it and making Piper play 5-on-5, whether it be 5-on-3 or 4-on-3 or whatever.
So Conley, that is foul number 1 on her. Now Abby Roth, averaging around 8 points per game, their second leading starter since her freshman year, makes the first free throw.
She's also a big-time all-conference volleyball player. She's one of the many multiple sport athletes on both of these teams and both of these programs. And both coaches really emphasize that they both love coaching these girls.
Second one just off. Addison Tower pushes the floor for DeSoto. Soto. Amanda Tower from way downtown rolls out. Piper has the board.
Deep rebound. That was in the silver round. I mean, they got some shooters.
Lead is 10 here, final minute, 28
play.
seconds. Marin.
Got it.
That is a tough shot.
That is a double pick on the top side. Excellent play. Coach Stout called it.
Farmer inside. Lawson, no. And Gerber with the rebound.
This is a big last minute for Piper.
They've cut the lead to 8.
Let's call another set play.
Vallejo. Marin.
Pick across on the low block. They're going to give her a look.
Oates. Tough shot.
Oh, good rebound.
That one won't fall for Gerber. Soto. And DeSoto may play for the final shot here with 28 seconds left in the half.
It looks like they are. I'm sure they're going to give the ball to Farmer and let her work.
Sonato's taking her time. Plenty of time here, 15 seconds.
Coach is calling. Coach Roby's calling a set play. Dribble handoff. Fade screen for a three-point shooter.
Soto. Lawson can't grab it.
Really
Gerber.
good defense. Really good defense for Piper. Excellent. Coach was yelling through, get through that double pick. You saw the fade screen coming. So, Joe, it seems like it's a lot more than an 8-point game. If Piper stayed with it and hit some shots in the second quarter, they're hanging tough.
And it is a 30-22 DeSoto lead. DeSoto starting off strong in that first quarter. Piper able to kind of cut that lead here in the second. And let's go down to Dion, who's got a halftime interview.
Coach Roby, defensively, your press really got things going for you early on, and hitting some outside shots today. You got to feel pretty good about that first half.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great game plan. We got a couple kids that are shooting it really well right now, and they've done a great job to take that away. And Violet has done an incredible job of stepping up, and she's a good shooter. It just gets overshined a little bit by some of those other kids. But, yeah, we're doing a great job.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, what a first half here as DeSoto with an 8-point lead. Connolly doing it from outside, but Vallejo and Gerber getting it done inside. We'll be back for the second half here on the Hy-Vee Pepsi High School Game of the Week. 30-22 is the halftime score as DeSoto leads Piper here on the Hy-Vee Pepsi High School Game of the Week on Spectrum News. Let's take a look at our Hy-Vee Pepsi first half stats. And Coach, what stands out to you? Obviously the field goal percentage, first thing that maybe stands out a little bit.
Well, absolutely. You got 51%, and you can live with that anytime for a high school basketball team. Also, you can see the three-point field goal. DeSoto really shoots a three, 4 for 14. But look at the Piper's rebounds. 12 rebounds. It really came on the second quarter, and they're really not turning the ball over. And what Coach Stout said is we can't turn the ball over if we're going to play with the DeSoto Wildcats. Points off turnover about even, but look at the points in the paint, 16-6, and most of those were offensive rebounds from their own misses. I think Piper needs to do a better job on the defensive end, rebounding the ball, and make DeSoto beat them from the outside. The 4 for 14, that's how they play DeSoto. So it's going to be an excellent game when you're talking about the strategy of both coaches trying to figure out what they're going to try to do for the second half to stop their opponent.
Well, this, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is the second time that these teams have met this season. DeSoto won the first game 60-38 at Piper and trying to sweep the season series. And DeSoto also trying to maybe make a run in a state tournament later on in February, Coach.
Absolutely. DeSoto and Piper, the both coaches we're talking about, we got to continue to get better. They both talked about growth with their basketball team and being more mature and to get ready for the regionals. That's what January is usually for. And then you figure it out a little bit with your league play and you get ready for February. And as you see, both teams are trying to play a couple extra players, work on their depth. And at the same time, you got to figure out what you can do right, what you can't.
And a big game in conference as well here in the United Kansas Conference with DeSoto near the top of the conference. Piper not too far back there. They're kind of in the middle of the pack right now, trying to make a move towards the top of the conference, and obviously both teams know that Sub-State is right around the corner as we are in late January. So a lot of things to play for here tonight for both of these teams.
And experience means a lot. When you got 6 seniors with DeSoto, and Coach knows that they're, for the most part, they've been around for a while. And Piper's very young with 2 seniors, and they're relying on some young kids. Piper really needs to step it up here because DeSoto knows how to finish out games and win.
So DeSoto will start with the basketball. Begin the third quarter with an 8-point lead. We'll see what halftime adjustments were made by both coaches. Farmer, Tower, inside.
Good block.
It's Piper the other way. Vallejo pulls up, doesn't go. Lockwood,
Rebound.
nice pass.
Good rebound.
Rock for 2.
Lockwood does a great job of rebound. She can really jump. She's a quick jumper.
Soto again, here's Conley, who had an outstanding first half. The left hand for 2.
Good step through. Again, they're picking 2 players that they're really backing off, and Conley happens to be one of them. And the other 3 are getting played a really tight man, so they're trying to take away their perimeter shooters. There's a really good trap there.
A foul on Farmer.
You never want to trap when you have both players with their arms extended. She went over the line and grabbed it and hit her in the wrist, and I'm sure Coach isn't real happy. She dribbled right into that trap. They're getting a lot out of their pressure defense. Oh, those are
Vallejo.
dangerous passes.
Opening minute here of the third quarter. It's Piper trying to cut into this lead even further. They've got it down to 8. Out of bounds. Let's go down to Dion Clisso.
Well, guys, I talked with Coach Stout, and he basically said that they came in and executed their plan. But Violet Connolly got really hot from three-point, and then that's kind of the difference. He also felt like they did a good job in the second quarter, but they had a couple of putbacks that he felt like if they'd have gotten those down, they'd be even closer than they are right now.
I agree with you. If those shots go down at the same time, you got to tell your kids this is what our plan is. And if a non-shooter's scoring, they make it. Another one.
Conley right there with the lay-in, lead back to 10.
Pick your poison, and they go right back into that press. Coach is really trying to get them fired up over there, Coach Roby. He knows that they can extend that lead right here.
Conley gets the loose ball.
3-on-2.
Farmer splits the defense, and 2 shots upcoming on the foul.
Well, anytime she's leading your break on a 3-on-2, you feel pretty good that your team's going to score. She's going to make really good decisions. Coach keeps saying over and over, she's got great basketball IQ, and you see her that at the top of the press, and you see her that when she's running their offense.
Foul was on Lockwood. That is her 3rd foul.
That's going to hurt a little bit. She really does a lot of the work in the paint.
Gerber will come in for Lockwood. Piper does not use a lot of players off the bench.
And when those fouls add up, Joe, that creates a problem. And then they're asking some kids that don't have a lot of experience to step in there against a really good basketball team.
So timeout for Piper as the lead is now 11, 35-24. And Coach, we see Coach Stout on the screen there. What adjustments do you think he needs to make right now for Piper?
Well, I think right now he's just talking to him about you can't give them easy buckets. It can't be offensive rebounds. You can't let them beat you to the basket. And if they're going to beat you, make sure they beat you outside that three-point line. At the same time, if they missed, they're 4 for 14. It's not like they're lighting it up. It's just the player, they're really good players aren't making them. That's tough for kids to understand. And, you know, Jim Boeheim used to say, let them make the first couple. They'll keep shooting. They're not shooters. You know, a singles hitter, he might hit a home run, but he's not going to hit a lot of home runs in baseball. So he's probably just saying every possession becomes really, really important. Get down. It starts on the defensive end. And they average almost 55 points a game, so you got to stop them.
Well, next week, some more great basketball as St. Thomas Aquinas travels across state lines onto the Missouri side to take on Rockhurst. That'll be next Friday beginning at 7:05. It's out of the timeout. Piper, little miscommunication on that pass, and a turnover gives it back to DeSoto.
Coach isn't real happy. He just spent some time out, probably setting up that play, a little bit frustrated. They came out and jumped out in the passing lane.
So DeSoto right back on offense. Addison Tower, nice feed to Farmer for 2.
Great play. UCLA cut with your point guard. You got Farmer sliding down the post. It's really tough.
DeSoto right back into that press. Oaks. Marin had an outstanding second quarter.
One of the keys is you got to stay out of those corners after you break it because they'll chase it down and get you again.
Vallejo. Roth. Fouled on the drive. And Abby Roth will head back to the charity stripe. Team's second leading scorer, started as a freshman. Also a first-team all-conference volleyball player. Mom was a women's basketball coach on the JUCO level.
And Coach just said, you know, she spends so much time with other sports, especially volleyball. He just appreciates the amount of time she puts in for basketball. So that tells you what kind of kid she is and what kind of family that is. So they split time with all the sports. Really good form. She knocks both of them on. They needed those two.
37-26. Soto again with the basketball, and DeSoto has been in front the entire way.
They run a scissors up on the top. Piper does a good job of defending it.
Farmer tried for the scoop. Gerber with the rebound. Farmer gets it back.
Here's those hands again.
Farmer in trouble. Conley. And a foul against Roth.
Piper's battling really hard. Every rebound in the defensive end, they just got to keep battling. Hit some shots, stop, defend, and go score.
And a Tower. Farmer.
Set play into a post look.
Farmer. Skamichek. Stolen by Marin. Vallejo.
Great defensive transition from DeSoto. You thought they had a 3-on-1, a 2-on-1, and then here they come right down the middle of the floor. A well-coached team. You always want your kids to run down the middle of the floor. A lot of them will run to the outside. You guard that goal first.
Oaks throws it in. Vallejo. It's Piper trying to cut into this lead on this possession. Oaks. Roth.
Good
nice
pass.
Gerber for 2.
Really good pass. One of the few times that DeSoto did not rotate defensively. You can see Coach is real happy over there. Jumped up and down, said we got to rotate.
It's Tower. Farmer. Conley for 3.
Oh,
bounces in. When you're on, Coach.
That's right. Steph Curry keeps shooting it. She's going to keep shooting it. Violet is going to keep shooting. She feels it. Oh, there's those deflections on the floor.
And a jump ball, possession arrow to Piper. And Conley just having an outstanding night.
Look at getting her hands on it. Look at the effort here on both ends of the floor, and Piper will keep it. But it's been like that all night. DeSoto's getting their hands on so many of the basketballs. One of the reasons is Piper's not putting much on their passes. The other reason is that Piper's really not doing a really good job of passing the ball. Everything they're doing, they're having to do with the dribble.
Now a timeout for Coach Stout.
He was closing in on a 10-second call. That's a really good coach's move.
Coach, as we take a look at the Piper huddle, what adjustments do you think they need to make now? We were talking about adjustments earlier. Anything that you see that they need to do at this point?
Well, number one, I think they need to do a better job of passing the basketball and cutting. Everything they do is somebody's dribble, and to be quite honestly, DeSoto can defend you and stop your penetration. They're going to have to do more passing, cutting, swing the ball from one side of the floor to the other. That last time they swung the ball, they had a pretty good penetration with help from DeSoto and dished it off. I think they have to do that a little bit more. The other team knows who's going to do the shooting. It's going to be Marin and Vallejo. It's not like it's going to be something that out of the blue. So they know they got to stop their certain players. So the other players got to get involved.
There's Violet Conley there. What a night she is having. Just outstanding inside and also shooting the three, coach. "16 points for Conley, as you see 2 of them right here. As a foul, we'll give it back to DeSoto, or traveling, excuse me.
Or Piper staying in their man. They're just really backing off some of them.
It's Farmer, guarded by Oaks.
They got a post up there. They like that matchup with Conley.
And Farmer with the reverse layup.
She's a skilled player. There's no doubt about that. As a junior, certainly she's one of the best point guards in the city. Oh, she almost got her hand on that one. Now Piper's got to look to penetrate here.
Vallejo tried to get it inside. Marin. Oaks.
See, there's a lot of dribbling going on. They need to swing that back. They're trying to run the set play. Coach is trying to get them in a set.
Marin. Vallejo.
Really good defense. Now they got a trap in the corner. Another timeout. And sometimes kids don't understand that corner is the worst place you can be. You know, you want to get the ball in the middle of the floor because you can pass it every angle from there. Every single angle in basketball. So the defense wants to keep it out of the middle. The offense needs to stay away from that corner because they got you trapped.
Hy-Vee and Pepsi sponsoring this game here on Spectrum News. Hy-Vee Pepsi Game of the Week. Brought to you by Hy-Vee and Pepsi. Proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. We are in DeSoto, Kansas this week, and what a great atmosphere here, Coach. Fans really turned out. Got fans for Piper, fans for DeSoto. Pep band's been involved, and just see these student sections, they just really get excited about these matchups.
And this has really became a really good rivalry, not just in football, but it's turned around in basketball. Both of them have been very successful, girl and boy program, and in a conference, they both feel like they can be competitive and maybe win from year to year. So, especially this part of the city, this has became a really, really good rivalry between the two schools.
As DeSoto breaking their huddle, and just an outstanding game for them. You see Vallejo right there. She's hit some big shots in that first half, her and Marin, and see if they can get something going here in the third quarter, try and trim into this lead.
Yeah, DeSoto's pressure is bothering her with just based on size. They could put a long arm girl on her with good foot speed. They're making it tough for her.
It's Vallejo, guarded by Addison Tower.
Great switching defense by DeSoto.
Gerber.
Running a little weave up top.
Vallejo.
They're just not giving her any looks. That's just really good. Oh, then they foul. That's
Foul
really
inside.
good defense.
Foul's on Addison Tower. And his second foul on Tower. So Piper to inbound.
See if they can get a good look out of their out-of-bounds play. Good. Great execution.
As Marin
And a foul.
with the three-pointer and a foul called late. And Marin's headed to the free throw line to shoot for a 4-point play.
Ooh,
Well, actually, looks like they are going to say baseline.
After a shot.
So Piper will get the basketball back here, down 42-31.
Oh,
So official talking to the scores table right now. You can see it on your screen. And both coaches over there listening. And now the officials will get together and discuss as the...
yeah, here's your look. Well, then the foul's after. It should be basket good and shooting a free throw. But I don't.
So Piper with the basketball now, down 42-31. As Vallejo.
They're really controlling Vallejo up to the top. He was close to a 5-second call. Soto really gets down the stance and works. You don't want to pick your dribble up there. Look at the defensive pressure. Look where the ball is right now. They're taking him out of an offense.
Lockwood, strong. Soto with the rebound.
That's probably the best defensive effort all night on either team.
Madison Tower rattles out. Conley with the rebound.
She kept new possession based on hustle. Size advantage there against Vallejo.
Farmer doesn't get it to fall, and a whistle and a jump ball. It stays with DeSoto.
Here we go again on an out-of-bounds play. Piper's got to make sure that they defend these. DeSoto, there you go. DeSoto really hurt him last time they played him.
And Conley draws the foul.
Really good move on the fake handoff.
Well, Violet Conley, second team all-conference last year's foul on Gerber. Conley again just with an outstanding day. Talked about her rebounding when we were talking to Coach earlier this week, and getting a little bit of scoring here today too.
And what he kept emphasizing is that what kind of a great competitor she is, and you could see the way she plays. Smiling, great part of a team player, having a day of her life here.
Yeah, came in averaging around 8 points per game. She is well beyond that today. So we're in the final minute of the third quarter, and DeSoto with a nice lead here in this quarter. And Piper and Marin drive. No.
God.
Foul on Piper. And that's on Gerber.
She went over the back a little bit. The ref was right there. Coach isn't real happy. He thought she went straight up. Piper really needs to defend right here. 30 seconds left.
Soto at point. And DeSoto appears to be playing for the final shot here in the third quarter.
Last time they tried to run a fade screen on a set play. We'll see if they go back to that.
Soto, Conley, inside. Conley, no. Gerber has it.
Really good defense. Cut off her angle to the basket.
Vallejo with 3 seconds. Puts it up. Roth.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Close.
That might have counted if it would have went in.
And a 44-31 lead for DeSoto after 3. Very impressive performance. Violet Conley's been one of the standout players today for DeSoto.
Yes, but I think, Joe, the really big thing is DeSoto has really stepped up the defense. It's really tough for Piper to get shots off. The only way they can get it is by running some set plays, and they're not getting any easy shots off their transition game. So DeSoto's really kind of buckled down and said, you're going to have to earn these points right now.
You can see the Piper huddle right now, and Coach Stout talked about his 13 years as a head coach, some impressive teams, and this is a good Piper team right now. They're dealing with some injuries. And on the other side, DeSoto really seems like they're playing really well right now, and a good part of the season to really have things going together.
Yeah, and one team is experienced with 6 seniors, and one team is young with 2 seniors, and a lot of young kids playing. But this is great experience for them. If we're talking about getting better in February, the only way you get better is you play games like this in this environment, because if you're going to get out of town to the state tournament, this is the kind of environment, these are the kind of teams you're going to have to beat. So coaches over there saying we got to hang tough, we got to defend, and then we got to score. There's no play. I coached a long time. I've never seen a 13-point play. So you're going to have to defend and take every possession one at a time.
So Piper basketball to begin the fourth quarter. It's Vallejo running point for Piper.
They tried to run a set last time and didn't execute. See, it's just really tough dribbling. They're going to have to do it on the pass. And it cuts.
Oaks. Vallejo.
Good post up.
Lockwood doesn't get it to go.
Conley leading the break.
Kick out. Amanda Tower for three, the assist to Conley.
That's DeSoto basketball right there. Rebound, get it out, kick it to your shooter, make the defense come out, spread, cover the whole floor. That's beautiful basketball.
Right back to the pressure is Marin. Baseline, floater, no, and a foul against DeSoto.
Well, this is how DeSoto plays basketball. You got a kick out, you got a girl with her feet set, great form, took advantage of the numbers, and then jump right back into your press. That's DeSoto basketball right there.
So Lauren Marin, the senior, back to the free throw line. And Marin, we talked about it, a very impressive season, has 24 points as a high this season. And good three-point shooter and second-team all-conference player from last year.
Yeah, coach said she was all-tournament last weekend, and she needs to keep getting better and better. He said she's her true leader.
Farmer, step back three. Farmer connects.
Then right back in the press. Now they got an three-quarter court. Piper's now got a girl in the middle. They're going to slide her out.
Oakes, Marin.
Oh, good pass.
Inside, Roth for two.
Yeah, that's how you beat a press. You throw it up, you throw it over, penetrate, take advantage of the numbers. It's one of the few times they really executed.
Madison Tower. And picked up the pivot foot, traveling violation.
Piper really executed against the press this time. They threw it up over. They did it with the pass, with one dribble, and scored. Excellent.
DeSoto right back to that press is Oakes.
They're just matching up with him right now. Piper's not really moving. They're going to have maybe their middle girl cut through or a weak side cut through just to get DeSoto to move a little bit, because right now they're just standing there and forcing them to dribble into the trapping zones, and they're having to do it. They're going to have to do it with the pass.
Well, Piper calling a timeout. Let's go down to Dion Clisso on the sideline. Dion, what do you have for us?
Well, Coach, you were talking about the press, and, you know, it's kind of Violet Conley's nice because she's the one that's cutting in and making sure the girl in the middle can't get a clean look, and that's why they're struggling to get the ball across half court. She's done a great job on both ends of the floor tonight.
And they got girls with long arms. If they beat you down the press, they hustle back, and their defensive transitions really they work on it. You can tell that. And they got great basketball IQ, offensively and defense. I'm sure where you are down there, you can hear them talk and communicate. I hear all their hands moving, and they're just they're really impressive defensively.
Well, an exciting night of basketball here, and next week it continues. The Hy-Vee Pepsi High School Game of the Week on Spectrum News. St. Thomas Aquinas going across the state line to Rockhurst. That will be at 7:05 on Friday, February 2nd. Some great basketball down the stretch here in January and going into February, Coach.
Well, that'll be a good one.
As Farmer with the steal.
Coming from behind, smacking it from behind. Wide open look again.
And a Tower off the mark. Loose ball, jump ball, DeSoto basketball.
What DeSoto does an excellent job of. Their perimeter guys, their perimeter girls go behind the line. So many kids get stuck in between the line, at 15 feet and 18 feet. They do a really good job. They've been well coached to get behind that line and play it, make sure it's a three.
This time DeSoto calls a timeout with 5:57 left in the game and a 15-point lead. DeSoto has led the entire way here, and this DeSoto team trying to get to 11 wins on the season. They've been on quite a run here this part of the season.
Yes, Coach talked about they got to finish out the league and then looking ahead to the regionals, who's all going to be in there. He feels good about how they're playing right now. Again, they're experienced, they got size, and they got shooters. Those three-pointers add up, as we saw today.
Violet Conley, see on the right side of your screen there. Coach Stout and Piper looking to try and find an answer here in the final 5:57 of this game as DeSoto with the basketball out of the timeout. O'Brien.
Good cut.
And Tower had it blocked. So Vallejo guarded by Farmer.
Excellent switch there. You can see they do a really good job at talking on defense.
Inside Lockwood, no. Here comes Connolly.
Down the lane.
Farmer for two. Knocked out of bounds, and it stays DeSoto basketball.
Soto basketball.
Sydney Sonato, the sophomore, back in for DeSoto.
Coach likes her. He said she's going to be a really good player in the future. She works at it. She's brought in energy every time she stepped in.
Connolly will head back to the free throw line.
Again, those out-of-bounds plays that hurt them the last time, they really do a good job executing. Coach is really doing a good job with the DeSoto team.
Coach said started...
Great execution on the out-of-bounds play here. And then a foul.
Well, Coach was talking about starting to knock down shots when we were talking to Coach earlier this week, and she's knocked down quite a bit today. Connolly knocks down a free throw.
She's really done it all today. That's what happens when you have a team. If they take some of the outside shooting away, she stepped up. Steal.
Sonato. And Farmer. DeSoto will set up again. Farmer. Traveling violation, back to Piper.
I thought it was travel, but you never know with that Euro step these days.
Officials getting Farmer for that traveling violation, and Piper try and break the press once again.
Oh, good pass over the top.
Vallejo, the pull-up, no. Rebound Sonato.
She'll lead the break herself.
Farmer.
They're setting up a play here. Piper's doing a good job of communicating. This is the scissors look. Now they're going to down pick. Oh, great back cut.
Farmer for two.
Great back cut, great pass. They've really executed in the second half.
Great feed from O'Brien. Vallejo for two, no. O'Brien the rebound.
All the way down. Oh, good hustle by Piper.
It's out of bounds. It stays with DeSoto.
Great execution on the scissors look. They came up for the pick, and then they cheated on a little bit, and great pass, great finish.
Connolly in the corner for two.
Everybody on the bench so happy for her. You could tell she's just a super kid.
Oakes, Marin. Oakes will get it across half court. Roth, Marin, floater, and a foul. Two shots upcoming for Lauren Marin.
That's one of the few times that a dribblers went down the middle of the floor in the second half. Their defense has just smothered them.
Well, DeSoto is such a strong second half here, able to build this lead. Marin, who had an outstanding second quarter, hitting some big shots, makes the first free throw.
Well, I think Coach Stout had mentioned that DeSoto, head and shoulders was one of the better teams in the league, and it was going to be a big challenge for them. And they certainly battled and never gave up, and keep working hard.
This Farmer. Connolly inside and lays it in.
She got the ball from Farmers and get out of my way. That's her lane tonight.
As Piper breaks the press, Marin.
Good attack.
And Marin will head back to the free throw line.
They've shot quite a few free throws. They just haven't scored a lot of buckets off their offense.
Marin, team's leading scorer with the first one.
And Coach said, if you want to define leader, he said it's Lauren Marin. He said she's been our leader. They'll probably go as far as she's going to take them. And if the other team starts denying her opportunities, it gets tough for them to win. So they all know that. She knows that.
As Farmer hustling the other way, gets fouled. Will stay with DeSoto. As Conley hit the deck on the other end, but she appears to be okay. She's got the basketball now. Tough shot, doesn't fall. Gerber with the rebound, and Gerber is fouled.
Conley's got a motor on her. I mean, she went from throwing the ball one side to the other and then went over and fouled and tried to get her hand on the ball defensively. She plays hard.
And Conley will come out of the game as Addison Tower relieves her, and Conley with an outstanding basketball game.
Well, you can't ask anything more from her. I mean, outside, inside, defensively, offensively.
It's Marin, led by Soto. Marin.
You know, that corner, somebody's got to help her up there. Somebody's got to help her.
Oakes.
Good
Paint.
move.
And a foul and 2 shots upcoming for Allison Oakes.
Taking the ball right down the middle on him there again. Piper's just got to keep working at it. It's a good young team, and like Coach said, it only matters how you end in February, and hopefully they can pick up some more wins out of the league and knock off people down the stretch. And they got a chance to do it.
So Oakes misses the first one. Allison Oakes, a sophomore. Known for her defense. She's a defense-first player and really likes that side of the basketball. It's Lockwood, Gerber, and here comes Addison Tower. Amanda Tower, open 3, no, and out of bounds to Piper.
And her sister just looked at her and said, "Why did I pass it to you? I could have shot it." We'll talk about that when we get home. She just laughed at her, and she let her elbow fly, and it just didn't hit the rim. But they're players. They are players, and it changes your defense when you put both of them out on the perimeter.
Gerber.
They're just doing an excellent job on Marin and Vallejo.
Amanda Tower called for the foul. And 2 shots now upcoming for Piper.
Piper's been living on that free throw line here in the fourth quarter. They're not giving up. They're not giving up.
It's the freshman Briley Gerber, one of the first subs off the bench.
Coach said she's got a bright future.
Had 18 points in one of their games earlier this season. Doesn't get the second one to fall. Marin with the spin.
Good move.
Gerber with the offensive rebound. Vallejo. Marin. Good defense from Tower. Both of them.
She's got to get her head up.
Lockwood doesn't fall, and a foul on Gerber.
Again, the smothering defense from the half court for DeSoto. Just making it difficult for Piper.
Final minute 38 of this one, and
Crowd starting to flow in. Joe anticipating this big boys game for conference.
Amanda Tower and a foul against Piper.
Out of bounds play again here for DeSoto. They're going to pin down for the shooter.
Madison Tower, the floater, short. And Kamichek's shot was blocked, and it's out of bounds to Piper.
Coach really likes Kamichek. She said she's really helped him numerous times throughout the season.
So Soto leads by 20 here in the final minute 7. Marin, Oaks, the spin, and a blocking foul.
Piper back to the line.
Allison Oaks talked about her defense on her last free throw attempts and held Messer, one of St. James' star players, to 5 points in the first half of their game against St. James earlier this season. Just an outstanding defensive player for Piper.
And again, Coach kept emphasizing over and over, she's a competitor. She'll get after you. She likes to compete. You got to love those kind of kids.
There's ball saved. Kamichek with it. Final minute here. DeSoto basketball, and DeSoto going to try melt some clock here on this possession.
Good trap by Piper.
Basketball stays with DeSoto.
Taken in, semi-corner.
Lawson and a Tower. High pass out of bounds to Piper. Well, and after this game, the boys basketball game will be coming up as 2 of the top teams in the United Kansas Conference square off here at DeSoto High School. Should be a big one. Conference championship implications in that one, Coach.
Absolutely. You got 2 of the top 5 teams in 5A in the state of Kansas. It's really been a really good rivalry, both coaches said, and they're both looking forward to playing each other for the second time. Piper beat them by 13 the first time they played.
And the final in this one will be 57-37 as DeSoto sweeps the season series and improves to 11 wins on the season. For Piper, they fall to 6-7 on the season. And for Connolly, what a night.
Absolutely. The way Piper played her, they were going to stay in the paint. She made him change that defense real quick. She had to be one of the most valuable players in the game. The way she played defense and hustle, I'm real happy for her. I can tell her teammates are too.
A big smile on her face after that one, and she will not forget this night for a long time.
No, she won't.
As the DeSoto faithful, very happy with that. First, as let's go down to Dion Clisso, who's got an interview.
Here with Connolly, 23 points tonight. Is that a career high, or have you gone for it?
I think so. I don't know.
Well, you hit some early threes. Did that give you a lot of confidence? I mean, you're really attacking the basket and hitting the threes tonight.
Yeah, my team did a really good job finding us. They took away our biggest attribute, our shooters, so I think they did a great job like running around and finding screens.
How fun was this tonight?
It was a lot of fun. I like the crowd. I like the band. I like being home.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Well, look at her. The hustle, the unselfishness. She finishes inside. She finished outside. She will certainly remember this night. When everybody was talking about some of the shooters, she became the shooter. And I'm sure Piper was saying she's not supposed to do that. And like she said, she had fun.
An outstanding night for Connolly as DeSoto gets the win in game 1 of our doubleheader, 57-37 here on the Hy-Vee Pepsi High School Game of the Week on Spectrum News. Again, DeSoto improving to 11 wins on the season. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back for some final thoughts. And it is DeSoto with a 57-37 victory. Coach, your final thoughts on this DeSoto victory over Piper?
Well, you see why DeSoto's in the top 5 in the 5A girls. You know, averaging 60 points a game. They got experience of 6 seniors, and they showed that a little bit tonight. Piper played really tough, hung with them. but there's just too much to overcome with DeSoto's talent and their defensive pressure.
Well, we want to thank ADs Marcel Mages, Taylor Mapp, and coaches Shane Stout, Ryan Roby, and for director, producer Joe Novacek, and for Rick Zeke, I'm Joe Van Amber. Don't go anywhere. The Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Game number 2 is coming up next as Piper and DeSoto boys varsity teams hit the floor. You've been watching the Hy-Vee High School, Hy-Vee Country High School Game of the Week on Spectrum News.